Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, home of potentially the smallest YouTube channel on the entire interwebs, the best, smallest YouTube channel. Um, if you're here, thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys. Any new subscribers and any thumbs up are appreciated, of course. The purpose of these videos are not to be financial advice; they're to be just a portrayal of my opinion of what I'm expecting the price to do. This is just kind of like my opinion, and I'm voicing it out there. So, anyways, enough of the semantics. Let's get into it. So, Bitcoin is having a little pump today. We're up 5.67%. It's looking good. Um, That's not a bad little rally. Let's check that out on the daily. Let's see. Blow this up a little bit. Yeah, that's nice. That's really nice, actually. You can see here, if we close here, and it looks like we're going to in the next 5 hours and 41 minutes, if we close up here, or even really just above 20,300, we've basically engulfed this whole range, let alone the last significant red candle we had to the downside. If we can get up higher and engulf this range, that'd be really cool. But I want to just say something real quick. Pump the brakes if you think that it's time to buy. Pump the. I mean, that's not advice, right? That's just my opinion. My opinion, telling myself, would be to pump the brakes. It's not time to buy, because there's a couple things I just want to go over. So first and foremost, these are going to be very rudimentary things, fundamental things in the technical land. Right here on September 6th, we closed, which really, it was September 6th at 6 o'clock. We closed at $18,790. That's the lowest close that Bitcoin's had. I mean, all the way back. I'm going all the way back. Since we haven't closed that low or lower since December 17th, 2020. So almost 2 years. It's been nearly 2 years since Bitcoin has had a daily close this low. We did go lower with the wicks over here, but we have not had a lower close. This is the kind of thing that's significant. Notice, if we put it on the line chart, you can see here higher low, lower low. You can see it there, and that's because this is based off of the closes. And a lot of pros use candlestick charts, Japanese candlesticks, but they also like to base things off the closing and opening prices. So, what does this mean? What does this mean? Well, it's not a good thing. We're pumping right now, and it's hard to say, right? In the midst of, a day where we're up 9. Did we just go up more? I thought we were up 6% today. Maybe I was looking at the weekly, where we're up 9%, 9.5%. That's great. I think I was on the weekly whenever I said 6%. Let me double check that. Let's see. Because I opened up the video saying, okay, yeah, 5.8. Yeah, so that was on the weekly. My bad. Today we're up 9%. That's great, 9.5%. But still, I would advise caution. Not advise. Ooh, that's a poor choice of words. I would say, my opinion would be caution. Because not only do we have that lower close, lower low, but if we were to draw a fib just from our most recent, think of it like we're in this price range right here. Okay, think of this, and we can dabble out of it. These wicks going out of it, that's okay. But like, we just want to get a lot of points. We want to get like where the most action's coming through, and I think that is a pretty solid range. Okay, you can see prices in this range. So if you bought down here, even with that lower close, just off of basic like trading fundamentals, I think that that's a safe buy. It's a safe buy to do. If you wanted to sell here, which is about halfway through this range, it looks like that's probably a fair thing to do too. Or if you want to wait till the top of the range, that's and you might not catch the exact top. You can see these wicks here, but you can kind of, and even if you wanted to tighten it up, I was just using these closing points up here. But if we were to use like the very first wick here, that's a strategy some people do. They don't care if it goes up way higher after that. They don't care if it if this top here is at 24,000. They don't care if it goes up to 28,000. They sell a little bit as soon as it passes that. So you could have gotten one of these wicks, or you could have sold like right there, or even more safe, I guess, or more conservative. You could have done the close and sold right there. And sure, you wouldn't have gotten the exact top, but you would have had another opportunity to buy lower. I don't know. Identifying ranges like this if you want to call yourself a trader, I think it's essential. And everybody has their own way of identifying ranges, and maybe they don't even look at ranges. Maybe they just use targets. I don't know, but identifying ranges, points of support and resistance, it's a very fundamental thing, and you develop an eye for it. It's not really hard to see. I mean, like here you can even see we got a range here. It's a lot smaller, but like from here to here, and it might not even be that high. Maybe it is that high, but you can just see it would make sense. Even like if this is at the beginning, you draw this here. Well, we didn't even get to the top. This isn't that big of a range already. It's very tight. Maybe this is a weak move, and it was, and we went lower fairly immediately afterwards, you know. Where this, it's a little more constructive. It's a little more constructive, and we're bouncing off this support area. But again, I would advise caution because we're still in this range. We haven't broken out of it to the upside. Even if we do, we got a lot of work ahead of us. But being under this purple line too, this 123 MA on the daily and on the weekly is, on the weekly, I guess is a good time to buy, but on the daily is not necessarily a good thing. We do find resistance on it, sometimes support. That's not a good example. Like support there, a little bit of resistance here, breakthrough, check it as resistance, went through. This is the index chart, so we got a lot of history. Yeah, finds it as support here on the daily, support there. We broke through it, confirmed it as support. This is the real deal. We went up, you know. We broke through it here. All hell broke loose. Confirmed it as support, but not for long. Anywho, yeah, resistance there. I find significance in this 123 is all I'm trying to say. There's a bunch of different lines. Anybody can find significance in them. It doesn't matter what you choose. It matters if it's significant. It matters if there's data that can prove that what you've chosen is something valid, potentially valid. It's not going to be valid every time. Look, the last time here, we just went kind of straight up through it. But this is just a little fake out, whatever. I don't know. Anywho, enough of that. We're on a little tangent. So we could come up to this line. We could come up and test it as resistance. That's not a bad thing to do, you know. Little stair step down. We're going to have another lower high potentially. I want to draw a fib from the top to the most recent low because I think we can call this a low at this point. If today closes up here, we broke out of this range. We bounced. We had a nice bounce. We're up almost 9.5% today. I would say that's a relative low. I'm going to delete actually all the noise. Let's delete all the noise. Draw this fib again. From top to bottom, this is a powerful move. This is a good move. It's not a bad thing. It's definitely not a bad move. But you can see here we broke through the 236, broke through the 382. We didn't even touch the 382 as resistance. Normally you find that as resistance. So breaking through it on the first go, it can build well. It could also suggest a potential like trap scenario. You know, it's totally possible. But that's normally a good thing. This is a really good thing. And then in fact, let's see if I can draw like a little bit, you know, coming back down to test it as support and then bouncing off it. That's pretty classic for good moves to the upside. What's also classic on any retracement is to come and find resistance at this 618 level. The 618 here. It's the golden ratio in like the universe and life, in psychology. The Romans use it, the Greeks use it, you know, like it's a derivation of the, or I guess it's a ratio derived from the Fibonacci sequence. I think it's a square root of certain numbers, or like most of them come to like 618 or something. I forget what it is. It's been a while since I've looked that up, but there's significance in it is all I'm trying to say. It's not just some foo-foo nonsense, but I treat it like foo-foo nonsense. So using my foo-foo nonsense, let's see here. I'm gonna go check on her real quick. I'll be right back. Let me see if I can. I don't think I can pause this. Just one moment, please. Take an intermission, get a drink, do something. I don't know. I'll be right back. Okay. Sorry, this is what you get for trying to make a video while mom's out and you got a 5-month-old baby. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I wish I could pause it. I don't know if you can. I'm new at this, you know. I'm new. It's my first day on the job, first week, whatever. So let's see. back to the fib thing. So I was talking about the fib 618 being significant. Let's see if we can like find an area of significance around this level besides like the 618. I did this earlier. I drew this, and I think, you know, this line, given a few more days, unless we go straight up to it right now, which would be, I mean, at the current rate, it's not completely unbelievable that we would do that. That's a pretty significant candle, at least right now. We still have 5 hours and 31 minutes remaining. A lot can happen in that amount of time. We can come down, but ultimately I do think we go up at least to the 618. We could go beyond it, but I'm not expecting that at this point in time. What I'm expecting is something kind of like this, where, you know, we had this nice little pump. Maybe altcoins and stuff like that are going to rally. Maybe they're going to have a nice like couple weeks, but Bitcoin did this. And I mean, if you look over here, anytime Bitcoin has these like big candles lately, it doesn't move much afterwards. You know, you're not going to get another one of these. Like, this is the biggest candle we've had in a second on the green side. Look at the last time we had a really big one. We had 3 days up at the top areas of this, and then we came back down, you know, and really we just moved sideways. Sure, we moved up over time, but it wasn't like an immediate thing. I don't know. Here we did go up a little bit, but ultimately came back down. So all I'm trying to say is just don't get overzealous with this candle, okay? Because likely we're not going to do likely. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's very unlikely that we have another candle this size or bigger for the next day. In fact, what's more likely is that we're going to have a smaller candle, probably something with some wicks to the upside. And it wouldn't surprise me if we came up, and we could even pass the 618, go to the 786, or what is that? That's the 0.7. So the 0.69, the 0.7. That's not a fib ratio, but that is a number I find significance in. If you don't find significance in it, you don't think that it's a valid thing, okay, that's okay, no problem. But that's something that I use and I do find significance in. And really it's the 0.69 that I use, but this one's 0.7. It must be an old fib that I had. Anywho, what I'm trying to say is, if we come up, if we were to break this 618, come up, do something like that, I don't know, we could like form a little like wedge up here or something. Maybe not even like that. I don't know. We could even like slowly climb to this point right here. But I'm expecting, you know, there's resistance here at the 618. We're not likely going to get a big move like this again. So I don't see us breaking above that 618 over the next 2 days, you know. And then really, like, if we don't come down again, like we have every other time after like 3 days, you know, this one time here, we kept going up. We crawled up a little bit. If we crawled up like that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row, what would that do? 6 days. So 6 right there. If we climbed up 6 days in a row, I mean, that would put us like right there at the 618, and that could be really close to that line. Like, I don't know. There seems to be resistance converging around this area, like right here, which makes sense because we also have this line, which was resistance, in fact, and was support out of this range. It's very significant. Like, I mean, to me, it looks significant. We break this and things are bad. I want to put the fib back on there. I mean, look at that. That's, you know, the 618 is even right at that line, actually. So we could go just a little bit above the 618. We could go to the 786 even. But what I very much doubt we're going to do is break this 100 level, break the high, the last high of $25,200. I don't think Bitcoin's going to do that. I think we are going to form another lower high. Whether we go here or here or here, it's just going to be another lower high in this downward sloping trend. We've got a base forming. That's going to make it look like not a descending triangle, but like we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. If we come down again, that's a 5th time hitting this line. That's not good. That normally means we're going to break it. So just be aware of that. Be aware of that. Yes, we're going up right now. Yes, things are looking good. And yes, with the Ethereum merge coming up even in the next like week or so, crypto could have a nice little pump right now. You know, the DXY, if we go to the DXY, just real quick, I'm going to finish this up. If we look at the DXY is coming down. Nice wick, actually, right here. It's kind of looking like it could bounce. Let's just see. Let's draw a little relative fib. I mean, if it closes here, it's showing support here. Normally, when you break the 236, you at least go to the 382, so we could go lower. But if it closes here, it's showing that there's relevance to this. Oh, wasn't drawn properly. There we go. Okay, no, that's proper. So it bounced off the 382. That's good. That's good for the DXY. It can come lower. It could even go below it, but showing that, you know, that's pretty good. It doesn't have to go lower than that. In fact, I think it hitting that is totally fine. Let's just look and see the last one, see what that one did. I don't know. That one came a little bit lower than the 50, but it did find support at the 382 first, and then went to the 236, and then came down, and that lasted for about like 2 weeks, you know, something like that. I don't know if it'll be that long. I think it's going to be shorter. It's going to be like a little something like this. I wonder what that was. If we look. Found significance at the 0.5. The 382 looks good too, but we could go a little lower on the DXY, which is kind of suggesting what I've been saying, which is I think we could go higher over the next week or two in crypto land and potentially in the stock world as well, for the next week or two. But then after that, DXY is going to probably continue to go higher, which means that things relative to the dollar will go lower in price, right? That's just kind of how it works. Not always, but that's kind of how it works. I want to draw another fib. I want to do an extension and just see real quick. Yeah, oh yeah, man. It's going higher. You don't, I mean, normally you don't see a break of the 1414 or the 1272. You don't see it getting this close to the 1618 and not hit it. It's gonna hit it. It's very likely gonna hit it. All it's doing is stair stepping its way up there. So it's gonna come down. It might even come down to this line right here, this little 1272. I wonder what fib that would line up with actually. Holy fuck, are you kidding me? Wow. Okay, yeah, that's that. So until the dollar, so the DXY comes down to about the 107 level, 106.9 or the 107.07, until it's somewhere in that range, I think markets will go up. I think markets are going to go up. I don't think it's going to take long for that to happen. It's going to take a week or two. And it will work its way down there, and once it's worked its way down there, things will resume going to the downside. The DXY will go up, crypto will probably come down, and stocks will come down. That's just my opinion. I don't know if that makes sense to you or not, but let's just for one more example real quick, just to show the significance. The DXY is the US dollar currency index. It's showing like the value of the dollar. Not that the dollar's worth 109, but it's like in comparison to all the other currencies in the world, basically. Let's compare this to Bitcoin. It's not a direct inverse correlation, but you can see that there is some inverse correlation. Maybe I need to do it on a different price scale. Let me just add one more time. I don't know. I thought I could do it on a different price scale. It's not letting me. Whatever though. That's okay. Let's see here. Damn. Poor example. I can't really show, honestly. But long story short, I'll do this in a very crappy way. So right here, this is the DXY, right around here, January 2021. Really here, this is the second low. This is where things started to turn up for the DXY in May of 2021. Does that sound familiar? Late May, early April, late May, early June 2021. Does that sound familiar? It should, if you've been in crypto that long. We go up to Bitcoin. Let's see here. Sorry guys, I don't know how to add it. I thought it gave me an option, but it didn't. But May, June of 2021, that was this first peak over here, this first high area. And then yes, crypto went up a little bit, but ultimately we've been going down. And that's where, you know, direct correlation or inverse correlation isn't exactly always a thing. This went up in a time that the DXY was going up too. You know, like, let's see. I wonder if we can capture them both on there. No. But, I mean, you can kind of see here, DXY has been going up right there. Crypto was going up right there. So, like, they were going up together. But ultimately, the DXY has been going up. The dollar's been going up this whole time. And crypto's been going down is what I'm trying to get at. So, ultimately, again, long story short, DXY going up, not a good thing. It does look like it's going to go up. I very much doubt that we don't at least see that 618 being hit, that 1618, that blue line right there. And until then, I am midterm, intermediate term bearish on most things. Short term, for the short term, for like the immediate week to 2 weeks, I'm bullish. I would say that. I'm convinced of that. But again, I want to close this video. I know I've said that a few times, but I want to close this video with saying, hold your horses on Bitcoin. You know, it's a great investment. If you want to buy now and you want to hold for 10 years, you're buying at a great time. You did great. Good job. But if you're trying to catch the bottom potentially, and like I am, I'm trying to catch the bottom. My opinion is that we're going lower. My opinion is that, I don't know, we bounce. Look at this right here. We bounce off this 0.7 area. We're coming back up. We might go back up to this 382. I wonder what that 382, I wonder if that 382 is around the 618 from here. Not really, not really. But again, we were saying we could go past the 618 and go up to the 0.7. Oh no. Oh, the 382 is there. Okay, never mind, never mind. Anyways, that's not the point I'm trying to drive home. The point I'm trying to drive home is I think we're going to go down here on these extensions. The 1272 and the 1618. Generally, whenever you break the 1618, that's not a good thing, and that does mean that your likelihood for going above the one, or going to the 1272 and the 1618 increases. Doesn't mean that it has to happen. It doesn't mean that it is likely to happen. It just means that it's more likely now than it was before we broke the 618. Okay, so this ultimately down here at the 14,000 to about 16,000 level, which I've been saying since I basically opened this channel up and before, this is kind of the reason I wanted to, because like I want to call the bottom. I just, and I know people say that that's dumb, but like I want to get my information out there and like put my name at stake and put it on the record, and if I'm wrong, learn from it. I can look back and watch my videos and learn from it, and if I'm right, then I could also learn from it, like kind of compare it to other, I don't know, like it just seems for me making these videos, it puts things in a more serious perspective. I try to like focus more. So I know I'm scattered. I know I seem pretty scattered whenever I talk at times, but it does make me more focused. Anywho, speaking of being scattered, let's see here. I think that's all I got really. Bitcoin's probably going to go up in the short term. It would not surprise me to see us go up to this 618 and find resistance at it. The 618 right there. It wouldn't surprise me if we went above it. That could happen. We don't have to touch it. We could turn around. That's totally possible. But I do think we've got at least a few more days, if not a week or so, of hanging out up here in this price. I mean, we did it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days last time when we were in this range. Why don't we do it again? 7. It could be 5. It could be 9. It could be close to that, but not exactly that. It could be exactly 7 days. But probably in about a week, if we don't reach that 618 in about a week, that's not looking good. If in a week we're above it, I might have a video with a different tone. But again, going above it isn't the end all be all for the bears. There's still a lot of resistance up here. The 7 and the 786 are significant lines of resistance. We've got this line of resistance coming in, and we have that downward sloping line of resistance whenever we connect this high to this high. Remember, it comes down. I'll just draw it again for old time's sake. There's a lot of resistance in this area. So it would not surprise me if Bitcoin came up somewhere around here, formed another lower high, and then in traditional fashion, we form another lower low. Especially after closing, again, this is the opening statement, right? The opening thing, closing on a lower low on the daily. We've yet to see the repercussions from this. I'm not saying it can't happen, but this to me, while it's good, while it's a little relief, it's nice. I love seeing things go up. This to me feels like a trap. It feels like a trap. Don't get suckered in by the 20K level, you guys. Don't get suckered in by it. It's a psychological level. It can play you. It can make you think, just look at it. Let's watch it play, right? So if we're going to continue to go down, what the market makers are trying to do is they're trying to sell their stuff up here. They're not trying to sell it down here, right? But they know 20K is a level that a lot of people are watching for psychological reasons. But we just drew a line right there at 20K. What the fuck? Like, where's the support? I want to, like, tell me, where's the support on a daily time frame? On a weekly time frame, it's a little bit, it's actually not there. No, it's not. It's not there. On a monthly time frame, I think it is. Yeah, on a monthly time frame, it is. We've actually got some significance on the monthly time frame, which is kind of cool. But that's about it. And the thing is, it has generally, whenever you see this kind of stuff, it ranges like this. That's just winding up to break lower. This is a consolidation phase. That's all it is. And if we look, we've had one consolidation phase break down, two consolidation phases. Normally you have one impulse, two impulses, and a third impulse down with two consolidation phases. Again, going back to my first video talking about the Elliott wave theory, the 5 impulses, we're going to have wave 1 right there. This was wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, oops, sorry. And we're in wave 5 right now. And because we're in wave 5, I don't see us going, we're not going to break that high at $25,000. At least that's my opinion. But again, main point of this last point, don't get suckered in by the 20K level. Don't get suckered in by it. Yes, we're above it. Yes, a lot of YouTubers are going to be talking about how, oh, we held 20K again. You know, Bitcoin's above 20K. So fucking what? Like, really, so what? Because what has it done that is significant? What's significant about being above 20K? Because to me, on the chart, it doesn't look significant. It had back here, if you would have told me that we were going to bounce off 20K, I would have been like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I believe you, you know? But we didn't. We didn't. And either you do or you don't. And that's what I said in one of my videos. And I'll probably say that more often, is you do or you don't. And we didn't. 20K should have held as a significant level, and it didn't. It didn't. 17K was where we got our bottom. And where the hell, you're telling me this isn't a dead cat bounce, that this isn't, which is a classic thing to make things go lower, which we have yet to do. We have yet to go lower already. This dead cat bounce, which is exactly what it was. It wasn't a bounce off the 20K level. If we look at where it bounced from, I mean, even at a close, it closed at 19,000. It wasn't at 20K. This dead cat bounce, okay, we had a little bit, we had a bounce over here. That's the one, I think the 1 point of significance. These right here, this tiny range, it's the 1 point of significance versus our last rally, which had a lot more volume. Okay, I'll take it back. There's a little resistance there. Okay, it makes sense that we got a little support right there. But all I'm really trying to say, I'm not even talking about 17K. I'm trying to talk about 20K. There's no real support there. So don't let the price being above 20K psych you out and make you think that we're going to go higher just because we're above 20K. Because we've still yet to form a higher high. I mean, we could be forming our first higher low, but a higher low off of a daily close with the lower low, I don't know. I don't see that happening personally. I could see this, right? A suckers rally up to get us back up into this area so that the market makers can sell one last time before breaking out of this range to the downside. And remember, that's at a very basic level. That's all this is. It's a range. And how we act with this range. When we break out to the downside here, or we break out to the upside here, then we can get crazy. Then we can, otherwise all this stuff in the middle is just noise. If you didn't sell up here, it's just noise. If you didn't buy down here, it's just noise. Stick with your game plan, or at least that's what I'm doing, and wait till we break out of the range to even think about changing it. That's how you avoid making mistakes, at least in my short experience of doing this. I think I beat this over the head enough times. I appreciate everybody for watching this. Thank you guys for coming in. Hope you found it entertaining. I hope I wasn't too confusing. And yeah, enjoy the green for the next week or two, but beware. I'm just saying. That's my opinion for now. Anywho, everybody have a wonderful day. Take care. Thank you again. Follow me on Twitter if you want to. Twitter, I'm at Chris Harris 85. I'm pretty sure it's BTChris. That's me. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I do make some stuff. I have some stuff on there too, so I don't know. It might be worth it. And I retweet some stuff as well from like things that I think are relevant. So, anywho, that's all I got. Have a wonderful day. Stay awesome, San Diego.